1. Mandatory hijab for women in Iran. In Iran, wearing a hijab in public is not only a cultural norm, but also a legal requirement. The rule was introduced after the 1979 Islamic Revolution and remains part of the country's laws today. A legal requirement for all women. All women in Iran must cover their hair in public places. This includes Iranian citizens as well as foreign visitors and tourists. Even women who are not Muslim are expected to follow the rule while in the country. What the law requires. The law generally requires women to wear a headscarf, hijab, that covers the hair and neck. Clothing should also be modest and loose-fitting, covering the arms and legs. Many women wear a long coat called a manto over their clothes. Where the rule applies. The hijab rule applies in most public spaces, including streets, parks, shops, restaurants, airports, and public transportation. Women usually put on their headscarf before leaving the airplane when arriving in Iran. Possible consequences for breaking the law. Women who do not follow the dress code may receive warnings or fines. In some situations, they may be detained briefly by authorities and asked to correct their clothing. Repeated violations can lead to more serious legal consequences. Enforcement by authorities. The law has often been enforced by units sometimes referred to as the morality police, officially known as the guidance patrol. Their role has been to remind people about dress code rules and other social regulations. Different views among Iranian women. Opinions about the mandatory hijab vary. Some women wear it as part of their religious beliefs, while others see the requirement as limiting personal choice. Discussions and debates about the policy have become more visible in recent years. What travelers should know. Visitors traveling to Iran are expected to follow the same dress code rules as locals. Preparing appropriate clothing before arriving can help travelers avoid problems and respect local laws. Understanding these rules can help people better understand Iranian society and the legal framework that shapes everyday life for women in the country. 2. Morality police in Iran. In Iran, there's a special law enforcement unit commonly known as the morality police. Its main role is to monitor whether people follow certain social and dress regulations based on the country's interpretation of Islamic law. What is the morality police? The morality police are officially called the Guidance Patrol. They operate under Iran's law enforcement system and focus mainly on enforcing rules related to public behavior and clothing. What do they monitor? One of their main responsibilities is checking whether women follow the mandatory hijab rules in public spaces. They may also monitor dress codes for men and other forms of public conduct considered inappropriate under local regulations. Where they operate morality police patrol busy public places such as streets, shopping centers, parks, and transportation hubs. Their presence is intended to remind people to follow the country's social and religious laws. How enforcement works. If someone is seen violating the dress code or other regulations, officers may give a warning and ask the person to correct their clothing or behavior. In some cases, individuals may be taken to a police station for further questioning. Possible consequences. People who repeatedly ignore the rules can face penalties such as fines or temporary detention. Sometimes individuals are required to sign statements promising to follow the regulations in the future. Public debate. The existence and role of the morality police have been widely debated both inside and outside Iran. Some people support the system as a way to protect cultural and religious values, while others believe it restricts personal freedom. International attention. In recent years, the actions of the morality police have drawn global attention and sparked discussions about human rights, social norms, and government authority. Understanding the role of the morality police helps explain how social rules and public behavior are regulated in Iran. 3. Internet censorship in Iran. In Iran, the internet is available, but access to many websites and apps is restricted by the government. The country operates one of the most tightly controlled online environments in the world. Many popular platforms are blocked. Several global websites and social media platforms are blocked or limited in Iran. These include services such as Facebook, YouTube, and X, formerly Twitter, as well as messaging apps like Telegram and sometimes WhatsApp. Government controls online access. Iranian authorities monitor and filter internet traffic through a system that decides which websites can be accessed inside the country. This filtering system can block content considered politically sensitive or culturally inappropriate. VPNs are widely used. Because many websites are blocked, a large number of Iranian internet users rely on VPNs, virtual private networks, to bypass restrictions and access international platforms. VPN use can be restricted. The government has attempted to limit the use of unauthorized VPN services. In some cases, using these tools without permission can be considered illegal under local regulations. A large portion of the web is filtered. Studies suggest that nearly half of the world's most popular websites are blocked in Iran, making it one of the countries with the highest level of internet filtering. Internet shutdowns sometimes occur. During times of political tension or protests, authorities have occasionally slowed down or temporarily shut down internet access across parts of the country. Everyday life online. Despite restrictions, millions of Iranians still use the internet daily for communication, education, and business, often combining local apps with tools that help them reach the wider global web. Understanding these facts helps explain how internet access in Iran works and why many people rely on technical workarounds to stay connected to the outside world. 4. Alcohol is strictly banned in Iran. In Iran, alcohol is strictly prohibited under national law based on Islamic principles. The production, sale, and consumption of alcoholic beverages are illegal for Muslims and are heavily restricted across the country. Alcohol is illegal for Muslims. Iranian law forbids Muslims from producing, selling, buying, or drinking alcohol. Because the majority of the population is Muslim, alcohol is generally not available in shops, restaurants, or bars. No alcohol in public places. Unlike many countries, you will not find alcohol served in restaurants, hotels, or clubs in Iran. Public consumption is completely banned and can lead to legal consequences. Strict legal penalties. Possessing or drinking alcohol can result in serious penalties. These may include fines, detention, or other legal punishments depending on the situation and the amount involved. Production and smuggling are illegal. Making homemade alcohol or smuggling alcoholic drinks into the country is also against the law. Authorities regularly confiscate illegal alcohol and may arrest those involved in producing or distributing it. Exceptions for religious minorities. Certain recognized religious minorities, such as Christians, Jews, and Zoroastrians, are allowed limited alcohol use for religious ceremonies. However, these permissions are strictly regulated and do not apply in public settings. Underground alcohol market. Despite the ban, illegal alcohol sometimes circulates through underground markets. Because it is not regulated, it can be dangerous and has occasionally caused serious health problems. Important for visitors to know travelers visiting Iran should avoid bringing alcohol into the country or trying to obtain it locally. Understanding and respecting local laws helps prevent legal trouble during a visit. These facts show how alcohol regulations in Iran are closely tied to religious law and government policy, shaping everyday life and social norms in the country. 5. Strict criminal law in Iran. Iran has a criminal justice system that is partly based on Islamic law, also known as Sharia. Because of this legal framework, some crimes can be punished more severely than in many other countries. Law influenced by Sharia. Iran's legal system combines modern laws with principles derived from Islamic Sharia law. These religious guidelines influence how certain crimes are defined and punished. Severe penalties for some crimes. Certain offenses can carry very strict punishments. Depending on the crime, penalties may include long prison sentences, heavy fines, or other severe legal consequences. The death penalty exists. Iran is one of the countries where the death penalty is still used. It can be applied for specific crimes under the law, such as serious violent offenses or certain drug-related crimes. Different categories of crime. Iranian law divides crimes into different categories, including those against the state, society, or religion. Each category may have its own type of punishment based on legal and religious interpretations. Courts and religious-influenced judges in Iran often consider both national law and Islamic legal principles when making decisions in court cases. This can influence how sentences are determined. International debate. Iran's criminal justice system has been widely discussed internationally. Human rights organizations and governments often debate the severity of some punishments used in the country. Important for visitors to understand, travelers visiting Iran are expected to follow local laws and regulations. Being aware that some offenses carry strict penalties can help visitors avoid legal trouble. These facts show how Iran's legal system combines religion and state law, creating a criminal justice system that can be stricter than those in many other parts of the world. 6. High level of women's education in Iran. Despite social restrictions in some areas of life, women in Iran have achieved a remarkably high level of education. In fact, women play a major role in the country's universities and academic achievements. Women make up a large share of students. Women represent a significant portion of university students in Iran. In many years, more than half of all students entering universities have been female. Strong growth over the decades before the 1979 revolution, only a small percentage of women attended higher education. Over the following decades, female enrollment increased dramatically, reaching around 59 to 60% of university students in recent years. High literacy among young women. Education levels among girls and young women are very high. The literacy rate for Iranian women aged 15 to 24 is close to 99%, showing how widely education is available to younger generations. Success in many fields of study. Iranian women study in a wide range of academic disciplines such as medicine, science, humanities, and the arts. In several university programs, women even outnumber men. Strong academic performance. Female students in Iran often achieve excellent academic results and compete successfully in university entrance exams, which are known to be very demanding. Education as a path to opportunity. For many Iranian women, higher education is seen as a way to gain independence, build professional skills, and contribute to society. A unique social contrast. The high level of education among women creates an interesting contrast. Although many women are highly educated, they may still face social or legal restrictions in other areas of life. These facts show that women in Iran play a powerful role in education and academic life, making them one of the most educated female populations in the region. 7. One of the most educated societies in the region. Iran is often considered one of the most educated countries in the Middle East, especially in science and technical fields. The country produces a large number of engineers, scientists, and highly trained specialists every year. Strong focus on education. Education has been a major national priority in Iran for decades. Millions of students attend schools and universities across the country, creating a large and well-educated population. A high number of STEM graduates. Iran produces a very large number of graduates in STEM fields: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. In 2016 alone, about 335,000 students graduated in STEM disciplines, placing Iran among the top countries in the world for science education. Many engineering specialists. The country produces hundreds of thousands of engineering graduates each year, giving Iran one of the largest engineering workforces globally. Strong technical universities. Iran is home to well-known technical universities that focus on engineering and scientific research. These institutions train experts in fields such as computer science, physics, medicine, and environmental engineering. A young and educated population. A large share of Iran's population is relatively young, which means many people are currently studying or have recently graduated from universities. This creates a large pool of educated professionals. Science and innovation. Iranian researchers and scientists contribute to areas such as medicine, engineering, energy, and technology. Scientific research and academic publications from Iranian institutions have increased significantly over the years. Education as a national strength. Because of its strong focus on science and engineering education, Iran is often seen as one of the most academically skilled societies in the region. These facts show that education, especially in science and technology, plays a major role in shaping Iran's workforce and future development. 8. Huge oil and gas reserves in Iran. Iran is one of the most energy-rich countries in the world. Its enormous reserves of oil and natural gas make it a major player in global energy markets. One of the largest oil reserves on Earth, Iran holds about 208 billion barrels of proven oil reserves, placing it among the top 3 countries in the world for oil resources. This represents nearly 12% of the world's total oil reserves. A global natural gas giant. Iran also has the second largest natural gas reserves in the world, after Russia. The country holds around 34 trillion cubic meters of natural gas, which is roughly 17% of global reserves. Hundreds of oil and gas fields geologists have discovered more than 145 hydrocarbon fields and nearly 300 oil and gas reservoirs across Iran. Many of these contain multiple layers of oil and gas, making them extremely valuable energy resources. A key country for global energy. Because of these huge reserves, Iran plays an important role in global energy markets. Changes in Iran's oil or gas production can influence world energy prices and supply. The famous South Pars gas field. One of Iran's most important energy resources is the South Pars gas field in the Persian Gulf. It is part of the largest natural gas field in the world, shared with Qatar. Energy as a core. Part of the economy. Oil and gas are essential to Iran's economy. Energy exports have historically provided a major share of government revenue and international trade. Huge potential for the future. Because Iran still has massive untapped energy resources, experts believe it could remain an important energy producer for many decades. These facts show why Iran's vast oil and gas reserves make it one of the most strategically important energy countries in the world. 9. Strong Persian culture and tradition. Iran is not only known for its modern political system, but also for its incredibly rich and ancient Persian culture. In fact, Iranian civilization existed thousands of years before the arrival of Islam and continues to influence art, literature, and traditions today. A civilization thousands of years old Persian culture dates back more than 2,500 years to powerful ancient empires such as the Achaemenid Empire. This long history has shaped Iran's identity, traditions, and cultural pride. Famous Persian poetry. Iran is world-renowned for its poetry. Legendary poets such as Rumi, Hafez, and Ferdowsi created works that are still read and admired across the world. Poetry remains an important part of everyday Iranian culture. Unique art and architecture. Persian art is famous for its beautiful calligraphy, carpets, miniature paintings, and detailed tile work. Iranian architecture, including mosques, palaces, and gardens, is known for its symmetry, colorful mosaics, and elegant design. Persian language and literature. The Persian language, Farsi, has one of the richest literary traditions in the world. Many classical Persian texts are still studied and celebrated centuries after they were written. Ancient traditions, still celebrated. Many cultural traditions in Iran are older than Islam. For example, Nowruz, the Persian New Year, has been celebrated for over 3,000 years and marks the arrival of spring. Persian influence beyond Iran. Persian culture historically influenced large parts of Asia, including Central Asia, the Middle East, and South Asia. Elements of Persian art, language, and literature can still be seen across these regions. A blend of old and new modern Iran combines ancient Persian traditions with Islamic culture and contemporary influences, creating a unique cultural identity. These facts show that Persian culture is one of the oldest and most influential civilizations in the world, continuing to shape Iran's identity today. 10. One of the oldest civilizations in the world, Iran. Iran is home to one of the oldest continuous civilizations on Earth. The roots of Persian civilization go back more than 2,500 to 3,000 years, leaving behind an extraordinary cultural and historical legacy. Ancient Persian civilization. The history of Iran dates back thousands of years. Ancient Persia was one of the most powerful and advanced civilizations of the ancient world, influencing politics, culture, and trade across large parts of Asia. The Achaemenid Empire. One of the earliest Persian empires was the Achaemenid Empire, founded around 550 BCE by Cyrus the Great. At its peak, it was one of the largest empires in history, stretching from the Balkans to South Asia. The city of Persepolis. One of the most famous historical sites in Iran is Persepolis, the ceremonial capital of the Achaemenid Empire. Its massive stone columns, carvings, and palace ruins still attract visitors and historians from around the world. Advanced ancient society, ancient Persia developed impressive achievements in administration, architecture, engineering, and cultural exchange. The empire was known for building roads, creating organized government systems, and supporting different cultures within its borders. A long cultural continuity. Despite many historical changes, invasions, and political transformations, Persian culture and identity have survived for thousands of years and remain a strong part of Iran's national identity. UNESCO Heritage Sites. Iran has many UNESCO World Heritage Sites connected to its ancient past, including Persepolis and other archaeological cities that show the greatness of early Persian civilization. A living historical legacy. Today, Iranians often see themselves as heirs to this long history. Ancient Persian traditions, stories, and symbols still influence modern culture, art, and national pride. These facts show why Iran is considered one of the oldest and most historically rich civilizations in the world,